Hello, this is Elaine Sugar, award-winning children's program facilitator and overall supporter of children's dreams. Welcome to the Empower Teen Self-Esteem podcast. We bring you ideas and resources that help teens shine and help ease parents' minds. I want to welcome everyone to this episode of Empower Teen Self-Esteem. I am Elaine Sugar, and today I have with me Bolu, our guest co-host, who pops in occasionally. I'm going to let her introduce herself, but I want you to know that today we are going to be speaking with Robert Manolson. He is going to tell us about his wonderful company and why he encourages everyone to play. So this is not just about our teens playing, but this is about us as adults playing as well. So this is going to be a fun, interesting topic. Before we get into it, I'm going to let Bolo tell you a little bit about herself.
Hi, everyone. As mentioned, thank you for the introduction. My name is Bolu. I'm a 14-year-old singer-songwriter, also a teenager, as mentioned. So I write original music to hopefully inspire other people. And yeah, that's kind of a little bit about me. So for our special guest today, we have Robert. Welcome, Robert. Would you mind telling us a little bit about yourself?
Well, apparently it's a special day here today. Why is it a special day here today, Elaine?
Because you are here. So tell the world about your wonderful self and what you do.
Well, my name is Robert Manolson. I'm the creator and facilitator of powerful play experiences, positive workplace mental health for teens. And I reside about 10 minutes south of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And I've been in business for just over 15 years now. And I'm all about play. I'm all about play-based workshop experiences. We all need more play. We all need more fun in our life. We all need more fun at work.
Yes.
But I'm also about, and this is where it's significant, I'm really all about opening conversations about the importance of positive workplace mental health for teams. So we play with teams, we play with team leaders, and we start the conversation about positive workplace mental health. So mental health can be an uneasy topic, Bolu, and it can be a little bit uncomfortable. So through the power of play, we make things easy, we make things fun, and we start conversations about positive mental health.
Yeah, this actually might be a topic, Robert, where our teens might have an advantage over us adults, because sometimes I think we forget to play. So you actually go into businesses and you have them do these playful exercises, right? So what are the benefits of that? And give us some examples for those who've never heard of a company like this, some examples of the types of things you do.
Yeah, well, we don't necessarily call them exercises. We call what I do are team building experiences, or a play-based team building experience. And I often receive inquiries from women. Most often it's women. Women love to play with their teens. Men not so much. Men are always thinking about what's the return on investment if I get to play with my team. And women say, listen, play is just a wonderful opportunity to step away from the crazy that is the world of work.
Yes.
We often go off-site, and it's a wonderful opportunity to get away from technology, to get away from the stressors, and through cooperative play experiences, and I underline that, cooperative play experiences, which are highly engaging, highly colorful, lots of enthusiasm, plenty of happy. Everybody gets to mix and mingle and get to know each other outside of work in a play environment. And most often I hear from people is that it was just a great way to, to de-stress, to relax, to recapture, the playful side of you that you often don't bring to the world of work. And people always say to me, what a wonderful opportunity to get to know my coworkers outside of work, where we're not strapped to the daily tasks. We get to know each other when we're happy and we're spirited and there's good energy in the room because we play. And all the activities that I create, I literally create. I don't go to any resources. They're all invented out of the creativity of my mind. And sometimes it's a little hard to describe, but if people come to my website, there's more than enough videos to see everybody play.
Yeah, I went to your website and I saw this huge, it almost looked like a Ferris wheel, and it was made out of some plastic pieces, and it just appeared from the picture that the teams got together and they had to connect that. It was this huge monstrosity. It looked like so much fun. And I was thinking sometimes as families, you might have different interests. If you sit down and watch TV, the children might want to watch a totally different type show from the parents. But when I was looking at the types of activities you had on the website, I'm like, I can see a parent and a teen doing this together and it being fun for both, because I saw you all building some cool things. I saw this thing that you're holding. I saw people with that. What is that called?
Oh, this is called a boom whacker. Boom whacker. And it comes in a set of 8, and each boom whacker, hold on a minute. Each boom whacker.
A boom whacker.
Yes.
Let's just make it clear that you don't whack each other with that. Correct?
Bolu will love boom whackers because each boom whacker emits the sound of a musical note. So, for example, this
E.
one,
Yes.
E. So, depending on the length of the boom whacker, and I have 3 out of 8 right here, it emits the sound of a musical note. So, this is the low C.
Okay.
And so thank you very much, Elaine, because when you put toys in adults' hands, it's such a shift and such a change from the tools, the technology tools that we use at work. So there's no PowerPoint, no sit and listen in my workshops. It's bring toys for adults to play with. It's almost like we're inviting everybody to come to the park and play together on the swings, the teeter-totter, the sandbox, whatever that might be. So I show it with plenty of toys for people to get their hands on and play with. And all the toys will bring people together to create something, to design something. So the boom whackers, all the groups at some point in the team building experience will need to create some kind of song or some kind of music or some kind of dance.
Bolu would do very well with that. You're right.
Yeah, I would love that. That's so amazing.
You should Google, or when you have a moment, Google boom whackers, and you'll see how popular boom whackers are across this globe. And there's some pretty phenomenal groups out there producing music with boom whackers. Who knows? That could be your next level of music.
Bolo and boom whackers.
Yeah, Bolu and the boom whackers.
No, I think it's really cool. And to your point, what you've heard people say, what you've heard adults say from taking time out to play, it's a way to get to know each other. And I think it's also a good way within the family, because sometimes, again, because of different interests, you don't necessarily play together. But I think it's a great idea to do it within the family as well. What do you think, Bolu?
I think that's an amazing opportunity to bond. And I
Yes.
actually do have a question
Sure.
for Robert. While I was listening to know how you created your business, what it's about, I wanted to ask you what inspired you to actually
Yes.
start your business, and yeah, what inspired you?
Wow, these are very difficult questions. Difficult questions. Bolu, my life, both as a kid, as a teen, and as an adult, has always had play as part of my life, and that includes my work life. I've worked in recreation centers, youth recreation centers. I've worked here in Edmonton at West Edmonton Mall at the indoor amusement park. I've worked at West Edmonton Mall at the indoor water park. I've worked in summer camps. All the work that I've done over the course of my life has some degree of play, because play was such an important part of my life growing up. So it just made sense. It just made sense that at some point in my adult life, that I go out on my own, and I create this business that's all about play, and bring the message that, play is just a good thing. It's just a good thing. I mean, tell me a bit about your play experiences growing up.
Yeah. What was your favorite game or sport or something to play?
Well, for sport, I already know basketball was one of my favorite. Actually, when I was really little, I think I would actually say soccer, because I played soccer quite often.
Okay.
But I did do a bunch of sports. Like I did gymnastics, ballet. So I did swimming for a little bit.
Well, look at you, show off.
So,
wow.
But my older years, for sure, track became one of my favorites. But yeah.
That's awesome.
That's interesting, because much of your play took place in some form of personal competition with yourself.
Yes.
Say, for example, maybe the gymnastics, or maybe personal competition with yourself and others, in team sports. And while you were playing in the sort of the sports arena, most of my adult life, I've been playing in the arts and crafts arena.
Okay. Yeah.
And so that's why Elaine said, I saw you constructing and building.
Yes.
And that's something you can pick up at any toy store. It's called Straws and Connectors.
Okay.
So, it's I love what Elaine said. If just bring them, throw them on the floor at home, in the living room, in the kitchen table,
and make something.
Yeah, that's it. And there's no mess, because you connect and
then you could pack it up easily and put it away until the next time.
It's
even better than Lego. Even better.
Lego hurts when you step on it.
Oh yes.
It's so bad.
So Robert, I got a tough question for you now. Tough question. A lot of our teens could be listening to this podcast and thinking, see, Dad, Mom, I need to play more. And you tell me to stop playing the games. So should I just play games 24/7? Because Robert said it's good to play games. So what about some of our teens who parents are telling them you need to go to sleep, you have school in the morning, turn off the games? Well, Robert said we needed to play. So how do you implement balance?
Wow, Robert.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I'm sure Bolu can attest to this, but my advice, if that's what you're asking, my advice to the teens who are joining us today is, you're going to have to negotiate with your parents. Yeah. You get what you want and what they want on how you best use your time and live your life.
Yeah.
Might be very different. It might be very different. So it might take a little bit of, just sort of sitting around the kitchen table in a non-threatening way and asking,
Hey, Mom.
yeah, hey, Mom, so what's important to you? How do you want to spend your time? And ask your parents to reciprocate with the same questions that invite conversations around play, around work. Listen, your generation, Bolu, loves to play. And your generation gives yourself permission to play all day. Our generation thinks work first, and then play is a reward for work, So
and not only that, Robert, it's when you can fit play in a lot of us. It's like if when you finish working night and day and you're not too tired sleeping or eating, if you have time, then you play. And I think that's a really good point.
Yes. And so Elaine just gave a perfect example of how we think about work first and then play second, right? Where your generation thinks play first, and you also weave play into the work that you do. So adults get a little bit PO'd when you're having fun doing the things that are supposed to look like work. Now, correct me if I'm wrong on that, Bolu, but have I hit the nail on the head there?
To be honest, I'm kind of, I don't know how to say this, but I'm kind of unsure in a way, because I feel like it depends the age group, because I feel like my age group, well, at least, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm in grade 9 right now, the teachers are kind of like work first. And I don't know. I feel like it depends the person as well, because if their priorities are like more of fun, then that's what they'll do. But if their priorities are more work related, then that's what they'll do, or schoolwork related. So
right, which is why I talked about, the negotiation, right? The coming together around the round table and bringing forth non-threatening questions that invite conversation, as Elaine said, to find the balance.
Exactly.
That's important to everyone. Do you find in your classes, when it's all work, no play, how do you feel about that?
It can get kind of stressful when there's like all work and no play, because it's just the same thing like every single day. So it's like nothing exciting. Whereas like when we get to usually my last period classes, no hate to my first period teachers, it's just like well, sometimes my second period actually, because I have vocal. But we are doing a lot of theory right now, so it's more like work related. But whenever they input play, it's just a way better environment, and everyone's more engaged than it is when we're doing work. When people are doing work, there's a lot of people like on their phones, not paying attention. But at the same time, the work is crucial, so you want to pay attention. But it's just as a child, when play is inputted, it's way more interesting.
Well, you know what? I think it forces us.
Time out. I just wanted to politely interject. Elaine, did you see Bolu's expression?
Yes, absolutely. I couldn't miss it.
I know when she talked about work, she just kind of looked really serious.
Yep.
She talked play. Her face
lit up. I agree. Yes.
Yes. I didn't even know that.
No, but what I was going to say to what you just said very eloquently, Bolu, was that just really helps us adults, especially those educators, to realize that we need to be more creative. We don't have to teach lessons exactly like they're written in the book all the time. And it causes us to give more thought. But actually, when you do something to help others enjoy themselves, it does something for you mentally and emotionally too. It's going to do that teacher well to actually have you all interacting. And
exactly.
And again, to Rob's point, your face is lit up. That's going to be a reaction. So it's a win-win situation, I think. So this is so much fun. You two, I could talk to you all day, but no, Robert, do you have anything coming up that you want us to know about, or anything that we need to be on the lookout for?
Yeah, it's called the Come Out to Play project, and COVID restrictions are loosening up here in Alberta as of March the 1st. And the hope is that people will find themselves back at the workplace, over the next couple of months. So I'm inviting workplaces to come out to play, and as Bolu said, to re-engage, right, to reconnect, and because people have been isolated, to some degree, working not in the physical workspace, but working from home. So I'm inviting workplaces to come out to play, and one price fits all, regardless of the team size, regardless of the time frame. So there's one price fits all. It's okay if it's a large group, it's a small group. You pick the time, you pick the day. You need to register with Rob, get it in the calendar. So all through the month of April is Come Out to Play, project. Yeah, why are you smiling, Bolu?
April's my birthday month. and you're gonna have so much fun. I love that.
And plus, Robert, you're smiling and you're talking about play. So
exactly,
why would we smile? No, that is
I'm very much attracted to your good energy, Bolu. So
thank you.
And so I'm watching you a lot because I'm feeding off your energy, right?
Yes.
I feel like we're all doing that right now, to be honest.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's it. The benefit of getting together with fun people. Exactly. So we are going to get ready to wrap up this episode, but I think, Robert, you have done an excellent job of giving parents and teens some nuggets of wisdom today, some things to think about, lots of smiles and laughs. Bolu, it's always wonderful whenever I have you on. So thank you so much. Do you have any final questions, Bolu?
I have one final question, Robert.
Sure, go for it.
How do people get in contact with you and your wonderful business? How do people get in contact and, join this experience?
Wow. Are you available for hire?
Listen, I just hired her recently, so no. No. Tell people how to get in touch with you before we wrap up.
You bet. Robert at powerfulplay.ca. If you're open to using a phone, you can even reach me at 780-297. That's 780-297-4103. But the best way is to start right at the website, powerfulplay.ca. And you don't even have to read the content. Just watch the videos. It'll bring a smile to your face. And then let's start a conversation about how we bring play to your workplace and begin the conversation, or open the conversation about positive workplace mental health. I want to thank the both of you because I'm 2 hours behind. I'm 2 hours behind here in Canada. So we launched this wonderful conversation together at 7 a.m. my time. 7 a.m. And you've done a lot for my mental health. You started my day on a very positive mental health note.
Yay!
I love the mitten.
Yes, I want to thank you both so much. I want to thank our listeners out there for joining us for this episode of Empower Teen Self-Esteem. I look forward to seeing you on our next episode. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Empower Teen Self-Esteem. Please follow Kids More Sugar on social media. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel to show that you support this content. And you can visit our website at kidsmoresugar.com to learn more about our free online kids program. Thank you.